All right, howdy, folks. Today I wanted to show just what you can do with a few Dollar Tree toys. Now, this is something that I kitbashed from some pretty simple Dollar Tree figures. Now, if you've been to the Dollar Tree recently, you'll probably recognize this figure, and I'll let you guys figure out which one it is. But I used a base figure and I used a monkey. So I removed the head of the monkey and I also removed the tail of the monkey to kind of make this monkey warrior. I also created this shield out of some, I think it's styrene that I had laying around. I didn't get a perfect circle, but I think it's round enough to where it works. And then the middle part of the shield was made out of one of those gemstone type looking things. Um, I did use some bits from other kits that I had laying around, and I couldn't tell you exactly where they're from, but I will say that some of these bits are, for example, Tyranid bits from Warhammer 40k. This back piece, which I used to kind of cover up where the head meets the original body. The glue work turned out okay on the left side, but didn't turn out so well on the right side. And it was actually kind of bad underneath the chin, so I had to cover up the chin with this little piece here. And I don't think I really like that piece, but I think I like it more than the way the chin was exposed before. So, also this chest piece here. I don't know if that ended up being the right piece to put there, but it looks enough like it kind of belongs there. The leg plates are also bits. The middle piece, I think, is a Tyranid bit that I chopped up. And this figure already had some armor on him. So this left shin guard, or the leg guard, was already part of the figure. And on the left side, this left pauldron was already a part of it. So I added this piece. I cut off the top part of the weapon he was holding, and I gave him this much more crude looking weapon. And at first it was pretty weak, but once I added some hot glue and I kind of made it look like a handguard, you can see that it's a lot more sturdy. And it's usually a good sign if the whole arm starts moving versus just the part that you glued. The base turned out okay. This is actually the first thing that I've crafted in a while. I used to do this kind of thing a lot, more in like high school. But I've had my stuff laying around for a while, and I recently got back into it. The paint job, I think turned out okay. The thing that I was least satisfied with was the skin in some areas. This right arm, I think, is probably the best looking part of the skin paint job, and that's because it was already so well defined. There were already high points and low points to where the color scheme that I was using kind of makes sense, although I'm not sure if I'm totally sold on the colors that I used, but I think it works out okay. Where it doesn't look so great is underneath the arm, where there's not really a lot of definition, and I'm not the greatest at blending right now, so but overall I think it was a successful build. The glue work around the tail was pretty bad, so I had to cover that up with some bits. And that doesn't look bad at all. It looks like it's supposed to be there, which is good. And then I finished the figure with some acrylic sealer, which turned out okay. I probably put it on a little bit too thick because you can kind of tell the gloss. This figure was definitely not as glossy before, but so yeah, this is was really fun to do, and overall this figure cost me a little bit less than $2 overall, including all the supplies that I've used. And I actually have another one started. This one's kind of funny looking. I actually regret putting on the giraffe head, but at some point this will be done. Like, I kind of wish I left the female head on there, but it'll look interesting at least. Just a preview of the next one I'm going to do. So if you're not kit bashing at the Dollar Tree, give it a shot.